Hello and welcome everybody. Come on in and get comfy just before we kick off. Let's get some chat happening while we're waiting for people to come on in. I'd love to know you guys where you're from, which part of Australia you're from or the world, and also what practice area your law firm specializes in. That would be awesome if you can just let me know in the chat so I can see who's here. I don't know most of you. Who have we got? Love to know where you're from and your practice area. Martin, Melbourne, commercial contracting. Awesome, especially in the pharma industry. That's really cool, very interesting. Who else have we got? And where are you from and what is your practice area? If we haven't met yet, my name is Carolee Fontanelli. I'm the director of Scalable Law, and today we're really going to talk about how you can build a law firm that runs without you. We've got a few more in the chat, Natasha. We've got Adelaide. Awesome to have you from Adelaide, Natasha, Construction and Commercial Law. We've got Anna Majora. Victoria, generalist, but mostly migration and employment law. That's awesome. Vanessa from Wills and Estates from South Australia. Cameron, great to have you here. Family law. Brittany, good to have you here. Regional Victoria property and estate planning. And we have got personal injury. Hi, Marwin. And Jared, estate planning. Great to have you all here. Joanna, you're from Sydney and construction and projects. That's really awesome. Good to have you all here. So if we haven't met as you're coming in, my name is Carolee. We'll get a little bit into my background as we go along so that you get to know a bit about me and why I'm here today telling you about how you should be growing your law firm so that it runs without you. So today I've got heaps of practical and powerful content that's really going to help you to up level your law firm. At the end, there'll be time for questions. So just stay tuned if you've got any questions. You can also pop them in the group in the chat and my team will let me know at the end as well. So what this workshop's going to really help you to do is step away from being the bottleneck in your law firm. I know what that is like. Build a business that brings you both profit and freedom. It's no good having a whole lot of profit if you can't enjoy it because you don't have the time. Take back control of your time and energy and build a firm that can run daily without you. If that is what you want for your law firm, drop in the chat yes, because I know how much a big difference it makes when you're working much less hours, you've got more freedom and more profit and less stress often as well. So yeah, we've got some yeses in the group, which is awesome. So you're in the right spot. At the end, we've got questions and answers, so stay till the end. And then I've also got some special bonuses and offers at the end as well. So what does your law firm look like for you right now? How is it actually running? And how do you actually want your role to look? I'd love to know how it looks right now. So some of you will be working crazy hours. I talk to lots of law firms all the time and they're working 60, 70, 80, even 100 hours a week. Maybe that's you. Or maybe you want to work less hours, but you're not really sure what you want to, how you can achieve that. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. And what do you actually want? So if you're working way too many hours, what do you actually want? So pop that in the chat as well. Maybe it's to take all of school holidays off. That is something that one of our clients wanted the other day. Every school holidays to be completely off and not have to worry about the firm. Maybe it's that you want to take Fridays off or just go on holidays. Maybe you want to work about 10 hours a week in the firm, just like I used to in my firm. And I'm going to talk to you about how I managed to get my firm to a place where I could only work 10 hours a week. So what have we got here? You want to work no school holidays, want to work intentionally, supervise and settle matters rather than do everything yourself, have weekends off, absolutely. So the thing is that you've got your law firm now, and you might have your law firm until retirement. A lot of people run their law firms all the way until retirement, and there's lots of life between now and then. I don't know how old you all are, but there's potentially 25 or 15 or even 10 years ahead. And you want to make sure that you've got an amazing life in the meantime with your law firm. Now, something that I learned early on in my law practice is that what you got you to where you are now isn't going to move you to that next level. You really do have to start doing things differently. The systems, the habits, and the mindset that built your current success in your law firm and where it is now isn't what you need to move to the next level. If you want your firm to run without you, you are going to have to think a little bit differently and lead and operate your firm differently. So today, you're not just going to leave inspired, you're going to have some action that you can put in place in your law practice. By the end of the workshop, you're going to have a clear, proven strategy that will help you to scale your law firm so that you have got more freedom. You're going to have some fresh motivation so that you can lead with confidence, and some practical tools from today that's going to help you to start building your law firm so it can run without you. This definitely isn't a fluffy session. It's really actionable and things that you can start doing right away. So let's just start by working out where you're at now. And there's 5 of these different emotions on how you feel about your law firm. So number 1, if that is you, I'd love to hear just 1 in the chat. You're feeling exhausted, you're overwhelmed and worn down in your law practice. You feel stuck and you don't know how to get past where you are now. Number 2, you're driving into your law firm, into your office, and you're anxious about turning up. Maybe you've got some difficult clients, maybe you've got staff that aren't a good fit, and maybe you have had to have some hard conversations or have hard conversations in the day. Are you number 2? I definitely have felt this in my law practice over the years, for sure. Number 3 is that you are wishing that your firm starts running smoothly. You're just hoping for the best, but you're not really sure what to do with it. Number 4 is maybe you're secretly resenting how other firms are running and doing so much better than yours, and you don't feel proud of where your firm is right now. I definitely felt like this at times with my firm as well. So it's totally normal to have these feelings. And number 5, you're disappointed. You're missing out on clients, the best clients. You're missing out on great team members, or you don't even know how to attract the right team members. And you're like, why? Now, chances are, if you're like any of these people and clients that I've worked with, some of these feelings are going to resonate with you. And maybe you're wondering, are you ever going to truly solve this challenge? But the truth is that if nothing changes, then how are you going to make changes in your law practice? What you avoid right now is costing you your time and your energy and your freedom, and also your firm's full potential. So the real question is, are you ready to take on a different challenge and do something different? The real problem isn't just time, okay? And it's not just team, and it's not just your to-do list that just goes on and on. The real problem is that you're still the center of everything in your law firm. Your law firm completely relies on you. And if your firm can't run without you in it, then you are the system in the firm. And that's absolutely not scalable. So that's what we're going to fix today. We're going to move you out of the way so that you're no longer the system, and so that the firm isn't reliant on you. So when you remove the real problem, everything actually opens up. You're going to really enjoy working in your law firm. You're going to be proud of the firm that you have built. You're going to have a passion and drive, and you're also going to be able to increase your profit. what starts happening is that you're acknowledged for the great work that you do and you're rewarded really well. And you can also attract a really good team that you can rely on. Your firm is working for you and you are in a place of financial freedom, feeling relaxed and energetic with a way more positive mindset about your firm. This is absolutely possible. So I want this more than anything for all of my clients and for you as well. A law firm that you love, one that you really enjoy going to, and that gives you the life that you really want. One that has more purpose, so you're leading and not drowning in the day to day. One that has more freedom, time for your family, and your life that you love to live, and more profit for all of the effort that you're putting in. So no longer are you going to be the least paid person in your law firm. And I know that that absolutely happens as well. You can absolutely survive the chaos. Lots of law firms do. They survive the chaos. They retire, they give their firm to someone else or close it. But why would you want to do that when you can step into a law firm that really can run without you? And that where your energy has changed, your income has changed, and your life has changed. So I know this because I have lived this myself. So this was me in 2016. There was a time back then where I felt really, really crappy about my law firm. I felt like it was a bit of a failure, to be honest. I had about 7 staff at this point. We attracted super difficult clients with work and files that we didn't enjoy doing. I couldn't seem to retain good staff at all. And I would end up just taking anyone that applied for the job, and they were never a good fit. And it was always a nightmare. So I was totally stressed out. During this time, even though I've got a big, beautiful desk and a nice office, I was paying my junior more than I was paying myself. I would get paid last because I was stressed about money. And then I would go home each night and take the stress home with me. I would keep working up late and then be up early in the morning, just to repeat again. Groundhog Day, right? I was not proud of where I was in my life or my business. So it wasn't a good place to be. I wanted more money. I wanted to stop resenting the business. I wanted to enjoy it every day. I was renting at the time, so I wanted to own my own home and have financial freedom. I wanted some flexibility, but my kids were always last to be picked up from after school care and vacation care during the holidays. And what I'd done is I'd created a business that was sucking the living life out of me, but I didn't know how to do it any different. Recently, I actually sold my law practice for a really handsome profit. And as I was cleaning out my office, I found some journal entries that I had made in 2016. I'd noted down some of these goals, and it was interesting to see how far you can come in such a short time, because you're intentional with your life. And so that's what happened. I made a decision. And it was one that really changed everything. I decided that I wasn't going to let my law firm run my life anymore, and that I was done with overwhelm, endless hours, and being the person that the firm relied on for everything. I didn't have all the answers all the time, and I didn't want to be that centerpiece in the firm holding it all together. I knew that one thing had to change, and that was me getting really intentional. I mapped out systems, I built a high performing team, and I created a firm that could thrive without me in there. It definitely didn't happen overnight. It did take a few years, and it took a lot of courage, clarity, and consistent action. But what I built is what I help other law firm owners build now. And we do it in a much shorter time because it's all mapped out for you, so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And we build firms that have more profit and more freedom for the owners. And I know that you can do it as well. So this is a little bit about me. I am a lawyer, obviously, like you guys are. I am a podcast host. If you haven't tuned into my podcast, there's all kinds of great things on there for you as law firm owners. I was a law firm owner until last June last year, where I had someone from Sydney come and buy my practice, which was amazing. I have actually coached about 400 lawyers now. Their slides aren't updated. Law firms. I speak at conferences, and we're also the creators of Law BizCon, which is a law conference for firms that I run on the Gold Coast in May. So lots of stuff going on there with what I do. And so with Scalable Law, I help people to grow their law firms and to scale them. So what I really wanted in my business was I wanted to be there for all of the fun moments with my family. I didn't want to have to be working crazy hours like I was. I wanted to be there for the birthdays, the school drop-offs, and I wanted to also have a great business and feel fulfilled in my career. I really wanted it all, right? And these were my why, these 3 kids. The reality is that they grow up really, really fast, as you can see. And I didn't want to keep missing life out with them. Plus, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I love traveling and experiencing the world. And you can't do that when you've got a firm that relies on you all of the time. So I needed to have more profit and more freedom so that I can enjoy all of these fun things. So what are your reasons? You've got to have reasons to a bigger purpose than yourself, a bigger purpose than just growing a law firm. What are your 3 reasons to be in a law firm that doesn't rely on you? What really matters to you? Is it more time with your family? Is it financial freedom? Is it making a bigger impact without burning out? As lawyers, we love helping people, but sometimes that comes at our own personal cost. Even if just one thing pops in your mind, pop it in the chat. We've got retiring. I love that. Cynthia wants to sell, which is awesome. And that's a great goal. And systemizing your firm and creating it to run without you gets you a much better price and a much better exit, believe me. Spending more time with my kids and taking a holiday this year. Yeah, that's awesome. That's definitely a good reason. More time with the family and take a holiday. That's so good. I don't want to be the centerpiece. That's awesome. So whatever it is that you want, we can create that. And that's why you probably started your law firm in the first place. So let me share with you the plan on how you can get your firm to run without you. Also, I'll just mention, if you guys want to jump on a growth call with one of my team, we have got a few spots available this week. We do free growth calls. They are 15 minutes, and we'll pop the link in the chat. You can book a time and we can talk through what it is for you. So when we walk through this together, you're going to see where you're at and what gaps you've got in your law firm and how we might be able to fix those for you. On the growth call, we really help you to pinpoint this even more and really work out what your next best step is individually. So we can only do so much on this type of webinar. But if you want some individual help, that growth call is there for you. So let me share this plan with you. So what we want is we want to scale for profit and freedom. And we want you to be in that CEO position where you're really leading and you're not in the weeds every single day so that your firm can run without you. So most law firms, what they're dealing with is they're dealing with unpredictable revenue, ineffective teams, and burnout. But what you really want instead is you want an automated flow of quality clients that just come through the door without your input. We want a high-performing team that doesn't rely on you, and we want an automated firm that works without you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do what's called the 9 accelerators. These are the things that really move your business forward. And we've got a traffic light system. So as we go through, you can think about, are you a green, a orange, or a red? So a green is you're great in this accelerator. This works really well for you. A orange is that you're maybe half there, not quite sure. And a red is you don't implement this or have this skill yet in your law firm. So are you ready? Let's go for it. So the first accelerator on this automated flow of clients is brand or authority. Next up, we have an automated appointment engine. So appointments are coming in every day without your input. And then those appointments are converting into sales calls and sales. So retained clients, you're sending out cost agreements, you're getting monies in trust, and clients have retained. This is how you stop relying on word of mouth random referrals, and you start filling your pipeline on autopilot. And you don't even have to have anything to do with any of this happening. It's just happening behind the scenes while you sleep. Clients are coming in and clients are retaining your law firm for services. So next up, we're going to focus on the high performing team side of the triangle. So this is what takes you out of the day-to-day and ensures that your firm delivers exceptional legal services without it falling back on you. So you're not doing the legal service delivery. You might be mentoring and training, but you're not actually doing the delivery yourself. So what does a high-performing team actually look like? Well, first of all, a high-performing team is low maintenance. They don't rely on you. They are self-sufficient and they don't need your constant supervision. You have a delegation pro set up in your law firm so that you hand things off with confidence and you know that the work is going to get done on time and it's going to be done right. You're not going to have to check it or redo it. And then you've got a smooth delivery of legal services. So clients are constantly impressed, heaps of amazing Google reviews, and systems are followed and the outcomes are predictable in your firm. So the team supports your vision for your law firm and you can lead from the top while your firm delivers the highest level of legal services. Who doesn't want a law firm who does that? So next focus on an automated law firm. So these are the tools and the systems that you and your team can rely on so that your firm runs like a well-oiled machine without you. So what does a well-oiled automated law firm look like? First of all, it is data-driven. You know all your numbers every single week in your law firm, and you can make solid decisions based on that data. No more guesswork about running your firm from your gut. You know your numbers. Next up, we have an automated tech stack. So this automated tech stack, it will help you to run the law firm as automated as you can, saving money, saving efficiencies, and creating workflows in your law practice. And then we've also got SOPs installed. So systems and processes in your law firm so that people are not coming to you asking you, what would you like done with this or what would you like done with that? But instead, they're relying on the systems and processes that are in your law firm. Also, what that means is that when you get a new person come, there's already training on board. There's already systems and processes on how you do things. And if you're a partner in law firm, this is also so important because it means that your staff aren't going to mum and dad asking different questions. They know exactly what to do because it's all documented for you. So that is how you do that. So with you, where are you at? Green, red, or orange. I would love to know how many of each you've got. Everyone is different depending on what you've been doing in your law firm, where your focus has been. And sometimes we need to go back and reinstall a few things because it takes over time, things drop away, or what got you here won't get you there. And when your firm grows, what you had doesn't work in a larger firm, for example. So, what is the likelihood of you achieving your dream law firm if nothing changes? So, where you're at now, would you mostly say you're green, orange, or red? I would love to know in the chat where you're at. And now, really think about this. What's the likelihood of you achieving this dream law firm that gives you more profit and more purpose and freedom if absolutely nothing changes as you move forward? So the first thing is being aware of what the issues are as to why you're stuck and where you are right now. So we've got some oranges, we've got some green, which is awesome. That's great. So now that you can see this full picture, I'm just going to take you I want to take you inside some of these accelerators, which is the Scalable Law framework, but we don't have time to deep dive them all today. We are just going to focus on 3 accelerators, one from each, that's really going to help you to move the business forward. So if you're orange or red on any of them, this is really going to help as we take a closer look. So let's start with the automated appointment engine. Now, most firms depend entirely on referrals to bring in new clients. While referrals can be really valuable, they're not a good growth strategy if you're only relying on referrals. It's going to be difficult because they are unpredictable. You can't control how many referrals are coming or when they're coming. And one month you might be busy and the next month you might be quiet. So without a predictable way to generate and convert leads, you're left with feast or famine. And it's a cycle that keeps you really stressed and reactive. So it's really important that you have a system for organic and also paid. So firms that invest time or money in their marketing without building a system, you need to build your system behind it to make sure that when you get your clients on board, that they are automatically brought in and automatically retained without you, which is so important. So without a consistent system, what happens is for organic and paid inquiries, lead handling depends on who's available at the time. And maybe that is just you, which means that if you're away on holiday and you're not selling, then there's going to be a bottleneck and a problem. Also, what happens is that if responses vary between people in your team, follow-ups are inconsistent, cost agreements are going out really slowly, then, and this all relies on you stepping in to rescue the process, you're going to end up being a big bottleneck. So this creates an uneven conversion and unnecessary pressure on you, the owner. When a system is built properly around this, lead capturing, qualifying, appointment booking, and it's all happening automatically. Inquiries are responded to the same way every time and in a really nice, fast fashion, regardless of who is working or what time they came in. This removes owner dependency and it also creates a really amazing experience for the client. And why wouldn't they want to retain you if you've created a really great experience for them? If it relies on you, it is going to become onerous and you're going to drop the ball because you're going to be overwhelmed in other parts of the business. So we want to remove that owner dependence and we want to create a really healthy flow of clients that come through the door, even when you are sleeping or on holidays or whatever it might be. So an automated appointment engine will change the game, okay? It's going to change the game by capturing leads 24/7, no matter how they find you, referral, organic, or paid ads, and they can book instantly. It reduces friction. Clients enjoy an experience which boosts your conversion rate because you're not attracting time wasters into your law firm. How much time as lawyers do we spend on the phone with time wasters and tire kickers? We want to eliminate as much of that as we possibly can. We want to create a speedy intake into your firm. So no more manual follow-ups or chasing voicemails or missed calls. We want to create predictability. So you stop relying solely on random referrals that you have to see yourself. And we want it to be measurable so that you know exactly where the people are coming from, where you should put your efforts in, and what you should concentrate and focus on. So with a system in place like this, your firm stops running on luck when it comes to attracting clients, and it's one that converts inquiries into book appointments while your team can focus on legal work. So this is the one thing that really changed my business, or one of the things that really changed my business, because me doing initial appointments constantly and converting clients, and then the clients wanting me to do their legal work, became a big issue. And so by creating an automatic appointment engine, it really helped massively. Here's a case study of one of our clients. So let me share with you this client here. 6 months into the program, she doubled her revenue. That's because she inserted this appointment engine into her firm. It didn't rely on her, and she was able to double the amount of clients she was onboarding and her revenue. In her second year in the program, she had another baby. So she was on maternity leave, but because she had implemented an automated strategy like this, she had her best financial year yet, even though she took lots of months off from the firm. So that is like the ideal outcome that I want for all of our clients. So that's what an automated appointment engine can do for you. So now let's focus on another accelerator in the firm. This one here is your low maintenance team. Hands up if you want a low maintenance team. Definitely a game changer when it comes to running a law firm. A high maintenance team is a trap, and it's a common scenario that I see lots of clients and law firms dealing with all the time. So let's meet Sarah. So Sarah is a law firm owner, and she's doing around $750,000 a year, and she has a team of 4. She has 2 lawyers, a paralegal, and an admin staff, but everything still runs through her. Team members constantly ask her, can I discount that retainer? What should I do with this client who's upset? Can I take Friday off? How do I file that again? She's answering questions 24/7 on email, on chat, in person, and she's up at night worrying and trying to catch up with her work because she's been answering questions all day long. She dreads going on holiday because things are going to get off the rails and she's not going to be able to relax anyway. She's going to have to keep chiming into her messages and emails. And she's surrounded by a team and people, but she feels really lonely in her decision making. The result is that Sarah is a bottleneck in her firm. She's stressed as well. And the team appears really busy, but she's still the largest biller in her firm, which is a big problem. So the mistakes here is that she has no clear roles or ownership for anyone in her team. The team members aren't truly sure what theirs is. Everything floats back to the owner for approval. There's no SOPs or decision filters in the firm. So there's no framework for the staff to make decisions. It's ask the boss just becomes the default. So as soon as Sarah walks in the door, there's people lining up wanting to speak to her. Thirdly, there's inconsistent onboarding and training. She just doesn't have time to do the training. So people arrive at the office for the first day and they get given their password, sit in front of the computer, and are expected just to know what to do and figure it out. So each person has their own way of doing things, and nothing is standardized in the practice at all. And lastly, she is rewarding dependency in her law firm. This is a big problem, but she does it because she feels valuable by being needed in her firm. Solving everyone's problems becomes part of her identity. But the insight here is being the go-to person feels productive, but it actually becomes a prison, and it's a prison that you don't want to be in, because you'll end up with burnout if you've got all these team members coming to you all of the time. So let's shift to a low maintenance team, okay? So what Sarah should do is she should define the roles in her firm really clearly. Every person owns a function, not just tasks. They use scorecards and KPIs to test outcomes. She has installed SOPs into the business and decision trees. So this is a framework built into her firm on how we do things here at Sarah's firm, and it empowers the team to make 90% of the decisions without her, which is awesome. She has systemized training so that she doesn't have to keep training people as they get onboarded in a repeated task. There are videos and templates and step-by-step checklists already inputted, so everyone knows exactly what they are doing. And she's built a culture of accountability. So she's replaced just checking in with dashboards and really meaningful team meetings. And she praises autonomy, not dependence, which is awesome for her because she now has a whole lot more freedom in her law firm. So now Sarah's firm is transforming, okay, and her paralegal handles everything and just updates her without needing approval. The intake coordinator has a clear playbook, so she knows exactly how to do sales calls, and Sarah does not have to do them anymore. The junior lawyer has specific workflows and knows exactly what to do. Her admin team have the firm and the whole operations of the practice running very, very smoothly. The team meets every week to review the KPIs and address any blockers before they come up and before they become fires. The result is that Sarah takes Fridays off without panic, and the firm is growing with less stress, not more. How awesome would that be? So if your team needs you to function, you actually don't have a business. What you have is you have a job with assistants in place. And often those assistants can be making your life even harder. So we want to make sure that is not the case. So we want to shift from reactive to proactive. We want to empower our people through structure, and we want to let go so that we can grow, which you can do when you've got your systems in place, which takes us to the next slide here. So this is a couple of people in my program, very similar to Sarah. Both of these law firms owners have teams, and they were struggling with them. They were super high maintenance teams, and they didn't know how to get their team to be autonomous and not rely on them for everything. But after they've implemented the strategies that we have, they stepped away from the business, and they're spending way more time with their families, which is the exact outcome that we absolutely love. All right, so now let's step into one more accelerator, which is the data-driven accelerator. So if you don't know your numbers, this is for you. And It's not uncommon. I deal with so many law firms, and this is a big one. Most law firm owners don't know their numbers. But if you don't, you are just rolling the dice because you are guessing everything. Without clear data, you become focused on making decisions with gut instinct, emotion, or assumptions, and that's just not a strategy that you should be running a law firm with. Okay. Every time you guess instead of measuring or using the data, and it could be things like where to spend your marketing money, how your team is performing, whether you should be employing someone or not employing them, where your profit is leaking, why you don't have enough money in your account. All of this is you're running all of these things with guesswork. But what data does is it turns all of those questions you have into clarity. It shows you what's working, it shows you what's not working, and where to focus on for maximum impact. So in today's market, in today's legal market, your numbers, not knowing them isn't just inefficient, it's actually very dangerous and risky. So you absolutely should know your numbers. So do you want to be certain, or do you, for the decisions you make in your firm, or do you question every decision you're making because you're not actually sure what to do? The difference is moving forward with confidence, and the data just does not lie, I can promise you. So what to do instead of guesswork is to track your numbers. So you want to track the right metrics. So you need to identify 10 to 15 numbers that truly drive your firm forward. And this could be things like lead sources, inquiries, average matter values, cost per lead, your utilization rate, profit margins, etc. Whatever those numbers are that really work for your law firm. So we measured about 15 in my law firm every single week, looked at these numbers so that we were able to utilize the numbers now rather than looking at them in a lag time and then not being able to fix the problem that happened last month. If you're doing it every week and reviewing them regularly, then you are able to grow so much more easily. So reviewing the data regularly is really important. Every single week, you should be reviewing it. You're able to then make data-informed decisions. So you use the data to guide everything: marketing, hiring, pricing, operations of your law firm. You're going to stop guessing and you're going to start testing and measuring, and adjusting with absolute clarity. And you can use a dashboard and tools. So you simply just set up a easy dashboard so that you can see your numbers at a glance. And what that means as well is that when you go on holiday or you're away for a number of weeks, you can just see at a glance what those goal numbers are and where your firm is tracking right now in real time. So the bottom line is, when you know your numbers, you can control your growth and you can make faster and better decisions, and you can scale your firm with confidence. So if you would love to know what those numbers are for your law firms, that's what we can help you set up. So that's a good reason to do a group call, a growth call with one of our team, and we can help you figure that out. So if you would love to stop guessing and start using data, book that growth call. The girls will pop in the chat the calendar booking so that you can get one of those few calls that we've got this month. So this is what a scorecard or dashboard can look like. So you should be tracking less numbers. So less is more. You don't need dozens of reports. You need what's focused and powerful and things that will actually drive your business forward. So for lots of law firm owners, that's only between 10 and 15, okay? The numbers should give you a clear, predictive view on how your firm is performing in real time right now, not just what happened in the past. That's what happens when we go to our accountants. We learn what happened in the past. We can't change the past. We want to be able to be proactive and be able to be on top of things right now. So You should be reviewing it weekly, and you should be reviewing it if you've got a leadership team with your leadership team so that you can spot issues early, make fast decisions, and stay aligned with your firm's goals. What this does as well is it creates a culture of accountability in your firm and proactive problem solving, which also leans into your team performing really well and being low maintenance. So, what kind of metrics should you be looking at? So, things like new leads, number of book consultations, how many cost agreements have been sent out, what's the revenue collected, what's your utilization rate, active open matters, closed matters, because it's no good if you're closing more than you're opening, average value of each matter, employee productivity and capacities, outstanding invoices, or if you've got debt collection, make sure you get on top of that with the numbers, and so on. So those are some of the numbers there. So here is another one of our clients. So this law firm was a law firm with partners, and as a leadership team, they didn't know the best way to streamline the business and how to grow the law firm. So in the first 6 months, they experienced a 22% increase in matters and 32% increase in revenue, which is awesome. They started working smarter rather than harder. Plus, they started relying on the data as a team so that they could make clear decisions and not based on the different points of view in the partnership. So they also know what each of their roles are so that there's no crossover. And this has brought so much clarity for them. So I've got an interesting question for you. How did you learn to run your law firm? A big part of running a law firm is getting clients in the door and selling. How did you learn to do that? And, did you learn from school, from law school? How did you learn to put processes and systems in place? How did you learn what data to look at and how to move the business forward with the data? We most certainly didn't learn how to run our law firms from law school. We might have learned something from the previous firm we worked at, but most often law firm owners learn how they don't want to run their law firm, not how they actually should be running their law firm. Often it's trial and error. Martin said trial and error, many errors, absolutely. That's how I learned, trial and error. Or are you still trying to figure it out? It's really tricky on your own. So we've been talking about building a firm that runs without you. And if that's what you want, you already know the how, right? The how is this. So the 9 accelerators. But let me ask you this about your life right now. What would you like the next 12 months to look like for you, results-wise, with your law firm and also in your personal life? Because you don't just run your law firm to have a business. You run your law firm so it can give you a better life. So what would you really want it to look like? Maybe it's a better quality flow of clients through the door without you having to do any of the heavy lifting. Maybe it's getting the tools that you need and focusing more on the business itself. Maybe it's adding an extra 40,000 a month to your revenue. Maybe it's working less hours. Maybe you only want to work 25 hours a week or even less than that. Maybe it's taking a stress-free holiday with your family where you don't have to log on to emails or think about your law firm at all. I'd love to know what you want in the next 12 months with your firm. So working on the business and not on files. Absolutely. In the last 5 years of me running my business, I did not run files or do initial appointments or any of that stuff at all. I just worked 10 hours a week, just really leading the team and going to the important meetings, and having that data in front of me made that all very, very possible. So what 3 accelerators would you love to master in the next 12 months? So there are 9 of them that we talked about. We went a bit deeper into 3. But in the chat, what would you love to learn? Delegate more. Absolutely. That's definitely a really good one to learn, because it can be easy to hang on to the work, but that doesn't actually help us move the business forward. You're only one person, you've only got so many hours, you're paying people. So let's delegate more. Attracting more clients, automating a flow of leads. Absolutely. A automated flow of leads and sales is the best thing ever for your business. Developing complete systems and processes. Well, if that's one of your things, or actually all of these things are things that we deal with in the accelerator program, but developing your SOPs, you don't need to in the accelerator program because I have them all for you, all developed already. You just have to put them in your business. That's it. So I take the hard work out for you. So a case study. How about you being my next case study? Would you like me to help you with your firm? I can help you create a firm that doesn't rely on you at all. Big yeah in the chat if that's you. And what is holding you back from taking that next step? Are you ready to move from being stressed and having chaos to freedom and profit, where you can really have a firm that works for you rather than the other way around? So if you would love to have a chat with one of us, you can pop in the link. One of the girls here will pop in the link, and you can book a growth call with us, and we can really work out whether this program is a good fit for you. But what we'll work on together is in the accelerator program, it's really designed to help law firm owners go from stuck and stretched, thin, to being really in control, growing, and finally being able to take a step back over the next 12 months. So we're seeing incredible transformations in this program from our current clients, and the firms are bringing in more revenue, reclaiming their time, building teams that actually they can rely on, and get things done without constant oversight. But here's what I know. Most law firm leaders are just a few key systems away from scaling sustainably, with more freedom, better clients, and a team that they can trust. Sometimes they're only a couple of steps away. They just don't know exactly what it is that they need to do next, or they don't have the right tools to do it. So together, what we do is we work on the 3 core areas that align with this model here. So we attract more quality clients into your firm automatically. We build a high-performing team, and we automate your law firm so that you can have more freedom. So these are the foundational elements that really allow your firm to grow without you, and without your firm relying on you for everything that happens in it. So you'll implement the automated appointment engine, that brings constant inquiries. You will build a high-performing team so that you can really step into that CEO role rather than maybe working in the weeds as a lawyer in your law firm. And we'll help stop you being the bottleneck. So we equipped your team to take ownership of their roles with clarity and confidence. And then finally, we move on to automating your firm. So you'll install these essential systems and all of the systems and processes to run a law firm. And all of that stuff is templated and done for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. No more gut instinct. I took about 6 years to do it on my own and get there, but you'll get there really quickly because the steps and strategies are all laid out for you, which just makes it so much easier. I created the program that I wish existed when I was growing my law firm. And then if selling your law firm at some point as a goal, might be now, might be in 10 years or 20 years time, you will have a really great asset to sell for real money, which is exactly what I did. So here's how this program works. We start by doing a growth strategy for your firm with one of our strategists. And we really work out whether or not you're a good fit for the program, and whether it's going to work for your particular law firm. On that call, you will walk away with implementation, and you can either go and do that on your own, or you can get us to help you with it. So we anchor you into your progress with these pillars, and it just depends what your law firm is needing, because every law firm is unique with its own unique problems. But within 90 days, you will have massive traction towards your 12-month goal. So if you do want to jump on a 15-minute growth call, we will leave it in the chat, the link in the chat, and you will be able to there's the free growth call there that Lelaine has put in there for you. Thanks, Lelaine. So with the program, my guarantee is that if you don't love the program within the first 30 days after you have started to implement, you can leave without any questions at all. If you're not 100% satisfied with the training and coaching and where your law firm is heading, then no questions, no further commitment. So there's really no risk at all. So here's another case study. So these law firms took the leap and they landed amazing opportunities in a fraction of the time than what they would have done if they'd done it on their own. So this lawyer here, Kelly, she was able to spend time significantly on her blueprint and straight into implementing systems. She's became a better leader, created a lot of automated marketing systems that really grew her firm. Her firm has grown massively, by the way. She has an incredible presence and firm. And in less than 6 months into the program, she hired a practice manager who has been amazing for her practice. She's freed herself up from all of those daily operations, and so that she can focus on being the CEO and really growing her law firm. This practitioner here doubled her revenue, and she's also created an amazing brand authority that just brings her new clients every single week. And as the results really do speak for themselves there. And this law firm owner felt like their law firm was running their life. Their whole life was their law firm, which they didn't want. Everything centered around the law firm. And they didn't know where to start because they felt super overwhelmed. So after joining the program, he gained so much clarity on his goals, the systems for the business, and now they're feeling in control, lighter, and confident about running their law firm. So if you've got any questions, you feel free to pop them in the chat. Or if you'd like to jump on one of those calls that we've got with one of my team members, the link is just there. From there, we find out whether or not you're a good fit. And then you go on to a further strategy call with my team. And if you're not a good fit, we point you in a direction that someone else can help you, or you can take what you have learned and implement it yourself. So if you've got any questions, please do let me know. I will keep an eye on the chat. So one of the common questions is that, can you do this in quicker than 12 months? Absolutely not. It takes time to grow a law firm. It took me about 6 years to get my firm to a really good place, but I was doing it from scratch myself. You will not take that long. You will have amazing results within 90 days to 6 months. And in 12 months, you won't even recognize your law practice. So that's why it's so worthwhile doing. By the end of the 12-month period, people stay on in our program because they are continuing to grow and implement all the strategies. So we do group coaching, which is amazing. It's every week on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Brisbane time. We have masterclasses and hot seats as well. So there's always something happening. We also meet in person for intensives 3 times a year, which are incredible because it's taking you out of your practice and spending time working on your firm. You will go away with a lot to implement and things that will transform and change your firm so much. So in our groups, we have an amazing community of law firm owners. So as a law firm owner, one of the things that I felt was that I was quite alone, didn't have anyone to go to ask questions to, and just had to make these decisions on how to grow my firm or run my firm. And things go wrong. So who would you turn to? And it was just really hard. So it's a group because you have a whole bunch of amazing CEOs that can help you as well. And they're from all over Australia. And also we've got people in New Zealand and Canada and the US as well. If you can't attend, if you've got a practice manager, I encourage your practice manager to come along. But all the sessions are recorded, or some of the sessions are recorded, and we encourage you to attend. You need to pencil out time to work on your business 100%. So I would say that you need. So the retreats, Natasha, are part of our program. You can't come to them separately. They are part of what we offer in the program. And you do get to work one-on-one with us as well. I do a lot of some one-on-one work with you where we come up with an entire plan and strategy so that over the next 12 months, you know exactly what you are doing and where you are heading, and how it looks to build out this firm. So you will always know what your next best steps are. So no more wondering what's next. You'll always know exactly what your next best steps are. The success rate, if you turn up and do the work and are coachable, the success rate is very, very high. Many law firms have had incredible results where they work less hours and they have more profit in their law firms. So if that's what you're after, then that's what we offer. Can you join anytime? No, you can't. You need to go through our process, which is making sure that you're a good fit and that we're a good fit for you first. And then we have limited spaces every month because I want to give you my one-on-one undivided attention. And make sure that you know exactly what next best steps are, and we can sort of plan out together. So we have limited spaces every single month. So if you are interested and you want to find out if you're a good fit, that's why you would jump on one of those calls. And is it tax deductible? Yes, this is business coaching. So it is tax deductible. And so when you're also coming to the retreats, those are tax deductible as well. So for those of you who have grabbed a call with one of our people, then that is awesome. And I'll really look forward to chatting with you. For those of you who are still on the fence, here's the truth. If you've really got two choices. One, to do nothing and just to keep going the way you're going. Or two, that you jump on a call with us and you see what changes can be made in your law firm. If you do nothing and you just keep doing what you've always done, tomorrow's going to look the same as today. And if you're feeling burnt out and stressed and overwhelmed, and you'll just stay stuck in that cycle, and have a firm that relies entirely onto you. We want to help you shift that. That's exactly what we do. So if you take action, you can step out of the grind, and your firm is going to grow profitably and sustainably. Your team and culture are going to thrive, and you're going to get your time back, which is going to be awesome, so that you can do more of what you really love. To give you an idea of the SOPs, we have about 300 documents. So there's a lot, and it's basically every single document that you need to run your law firm. So absolutely everything. It's a very extensive, and it does not take 2 minutes to implement. It takes time to implement because there's so many. It's not just a couple of templates. They're every part of the business: operations, finance, legal, all your admin, culture, team, management, all your data docs, everything that you need. So yeah, if you want to find out more about that, then you can jump on a call with us. So thank you so much. We are out of time. If you've got any questions, you can feel free to email me. that's no problem at all, Carolee at scalablelaw.com, or message me on LinkedIn or Instagram. Otherwise, we'd love to help you out in a call, on a growth call, see if we can help you scale your firm so that it runs without you. So it's been great hanging out today. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon.